In the quiet town of Millbrook, where shadows danced under the pale moonlight, a white chubby cat named Mono became an unlikely hero. Mono lived with Mrs. Hargrove, an elderly woman known for her kind heart and penchant for knitting. One stormy night, the peaceful atmosphere shattered when a series of mysterious disappearances began to plague Millbrook. First, it was the baker's son, then the librarian, and fear gripped the townsfolk. Whispers of a sinister figure lurking in the shadows spread like wildfire. Mono, sensing the rising tension, decided it was time to act as Mrs. Hargrove settled into her armchair, knitting needles clicking softly. Mono slipped out into the night. The rain poured down, but his determination drove him forward. He followed the scent of fear that hung heavy in the air, leading him to the old abandoned mill on the outskirts of town. The mill had long been a place of local legends, said to be haunted by the spirits of those who had vanished. Inside, the air was thick with dust and despair. Mono's heart raced as he spotted a flickering light in the distance. He crept closer, his white fur blending into the shadows. He saw the figure, a tall man cloaked in darkness, holding a lantern and standing over a group of townsfolk tied up and frightened. Mono's instincts kicked in. He knew he had to distract the man to free the captives. With a swift leap, he knocked over a stack of old crates, sending them crashing to the ground. The noise echoed through the mill, startling the man. He turned, lantern swinging wildly, searching for the source of the disturbance. Mono darted through the shadows, leading the man on a wild chase. The townsfolk watched in awe as the chubby cat, seemingly clumsy, maneuvered through the maze of the mill with agility. The man, frustrated and furious, stumbled after him, unaware that he was being lured into a trap. Mono led him to the mill's entrance, where a group of brave townsfolk had gathered, armed with makeshift weapons. As the man emerged, he found himself surrounded. Realizing he was outnumbered, he turned to flee, but it was too late. The townsfolk had banded together, and with a swift capture, the threat was neutralized. As dawn broke over Millbrook, the townsfolk celebrated their freedom, showering praise on the unassuming hero, Mono, the white chubby cat. Mrs. Hargrove, unaware of her pet's bravery, smiled as he curled up in her lap, purring contentedly. The town would remember this night, not just for the danger they faced, but for the courage of a cat who proved that heroes come in all shapes and sizes.